Well, hello and welcome. Look at this, a Legacy 2.5 GT Turbo. Very unusual. I don't see that many of these with a manual. These were under 6 seconds to 60, almost 20 years ago. And that is pretty good. Made right down the street here in Lafayette, Indiana at, 250 plus horsepower. But that's not why we're here today, is it? It's a Sunday rant, so let's get to it. Hello and welcome to Trucking Answers. I'm Mark, your Sunday rant host. And today I want to talk about what's been in the news, and that is earnings. All right, let's get right to that, because earnings is in the news. This was also sent to me by an astute viewer, and I wanted to talk about it. PAM Transport. You ever heard of them? Maybe you have. One of the finest companies in the country, right? Oh, man. I can hardly even say that with a straight face, even on a Sunday. Maybe I should have to go confess about saying something like that. Anyways, their earnings reports are out. Isn't that great? Earnings. Yes. So earnings were up, almost doubled at PAM. Isn't that awesome? Revenue also up 47%. Their best first quarter ever. Well, you go, Mark, what's wrong with that? Companies need to make money. Yes. Except PAM every other week basically is sued in a class action by people for not even paying minimum wage, among other things. Don't pay for this, they won't pay them for that. And what does PAM do? Well, of course, they never admit any wrongdoing, and they settle all these suits without admitting any wrongdoing and pay millions and millions of dollars to settle claims that they won't even pay people the minimum wage that is out in the country, that they don't even pay that. Well, let's settle this. They're probably right now, somebody's starting another suit. Every 15 minutes, somebody files again against them. And their revenue, super big, their best quarter ever. And yet they are accused of not even being able to pay minimum wage. And it's not like PAM is out there saying, we're the best paying company in the country, because I don't think anybody would say that, including them. Okay, well, they might say it, but, to each other. But that's certainly not true. And that, this kind of thing just aggravates me to no end on, Sunday or any other day. Companies go out there pulling all tons of revenue, tons of earnings, all this kind of stuff. No problem. Every one of their different divisions, it was all out in the news, right? It was all up. This is up, that's up. Oh, we're making money here. Money's flying in over here. Money's coming through the roof everywhere. Money's coming all over the place. But yet, we can't even pay people, for their time. Well, you have to sit for 2 hours before you get paid. You don't get paid to fuel your truck. You don't get paid to do a pre-trip. You don't get paid to do any of this other stuff. That's crap, and we all know it. We all know it. There's no reason why they couldn't pay people for their time. None. They're making so much money, so they can't go out and say, well, if we paid people, which is still ridiculous, okay? But when they say, we can't pay people because, what if we paid people for their time? I don't know. Maybe they'd get paid. If you have a company where you cannot pay people when you ask them to do something, you should go out of business. You don't even deserve to be open if you can't make enough revenue to pay employees when you ask them to do something. Do you think they have mechanics working that come in at, at 9 and they go, well, we don't pay you until 10? I doubt it. Somehow they find a way to pay them because they have to. The only reason they don't pay drivers is because they don't have to. And apparently they can get people to do it. Right Driver Solutions, that's not mentioned in there. How many people get funneled over there from Driver Solutions, which is just basically a marketing arm of PAM Transport, which goes through all the truck schools. But that kind of thing is just so aggravating when I see that. PAM makes all this money, and then right on the other side, PAM sued again. PAM is sued again. PAM sued again. PAM lawsuit, 1,000 here, paying 14 million here, 2 million here, 8,000 trillion over here. Just ridiculous. Just ridiculous. They've paid out enough in lawsuits where they could have probably bought a social media company. See how I put in all the current things that are happening in the news right into here so that I'm relevant? That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Anyway, look, we can talk about this tomorrow. All right, if you're watching it today, If you're not watching this video today, then tomorrow will be irrelevant. But if you're watching it today, the live show tomorrow, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time, Roller Arena Monday, comes right back, and we'll be there tomorrow to talk about this and anything else that's on your mind. Any other company that's showing all these earnings and not paying people. That should aggravate people there to no end at a company when they post all this money. They're making tons of money. It's not like they're barely making it. Making the most money they've ever made, and yet they go, well, you know what? Why don't you fill up the truck for nothing? Why don't you do a pre-trip for nothing? Why don't you do your paperwork for nothing? Why don't you sit for 2 hours while we get unloaded for nothing? Why don't you wait for a load for nothing? Why don't you do all this stuff without any pay? Well, we're raking in the money, though. Just ridiculous. Drivers, please stop doing it. All right? So that's it. Back to the Legacy 2.5 GT, which I haven't seen one in a while. And we'll see you on the live show on Monday. Thanks for watching.